Hey, what's up, everybody? Going to do a little bit of a different type of reaction, man. And this is kind of like falling in the way of me doing a reaction to a notable personality in music, kind of like a Rick Beato. And recently, I've been sent this link introducing someone on YouTube by Jeff. Jeff, thank you very much. One of my umpteenth Jeff subscribers. And Jeff says, Wayne, I know you like Rick Beato. I'm guessing you're going to like this gent as well. Michael Noland, his channel is called The Bottom Line. He breaks down Zeppelin like a science, just like you. Let me know what you think. And what Jeff sent me was a link entitled Ranking Led Zeppelin's Top 10 Songs. So I'd like to check it out, man. Check out this person and see what he's all about. And, maybe go to his channel. And if he's pretty good, give him a little bit of attention and whatnot. So I'm at his page here, his YouTube page. And it looks like he's got a decent amount of videos and such, and a lot of it dealing with Led Zeppelin. Not so much as reactions go, but reviews and his opinions on their musical structure and things like that. So hence breaking it down like a science. Anyway, man, let's check this out. His ranking of their top 10 songs. And everyone's going to have a different top 10. But I'd like to see how he comes about his. So, ranking Led Zeppelin's top 10. Michael Noland. Let's get it.
Hey everybody, welcome to the channel. Michael Noland here. Tonight what I wanted to do is rank my top 10 Led Zeppelin songs. Now there is a criteria here that I'm going to follow, and I'd like you guys to keep that in mind. First of all, chordal structure. Second of all, melody. Third, lyrics. Fourth, band performances. Fifth, finally, whatever symphonic elements are a part of that particular song. Now, before we get started, I just wanted to give a quick shout out to all of our viewers. Thank you so much. You're sharing our videos and we certainly appreciate it. It's through the sharing of those videos that the channel has now reached over 75,000 views. Can you believe that? We've only been a channel for less than 6 months at this point.
Subs.
And it's only been in the last 3 months that the channel found its direction. And in those 3 months, the channel has experienced phenomenal growth. And I want to thank each and every one of you. If you've thought of subscribing to the tribe, it's so easy. Hit that subscribe button, hit that top bell notification, and you'll be notified of all future videos. But let's get on to my list. All right, so first of all, before we get into the top 10, I did want to mention an honorable mention here, and that is the song Poor Tom. If you remember, in my last video, I said that would have been one of my top 10 Led Zeppelin songs. But the more I looked over everything that they've recorded and everything, it just couldn't help but miss it by that much. What a wonderful song, and it is truly a good song. And for more information on that song, take a look at my video where I review Coda. Another honorable mention is Babe, I'm Gonna Leave You from their first album. I've always loved this song from the second I heard it. This one and Good Times, Bad Times, they hold a real tug at my heart, so to speak. I'm emotionally attached to these songs, but as far as structure and everything, they didn't quite make the list, okay? All right, and then a final honorable mention, and that is the song 4 Sticks. Now, I covered that quite heavily in my review of Led Zeppelin 4, where I mentioned that Robert Plant's lyrics here are just wonderful. It's here where Robert truly uses his writing to explore elements such as water and colors and all of those fascinating elements of songwriting. He does an excellent job on here, and this song also missed the top 10 list by that much. So that gets us to number 10. Number 10, Achilles' Last Stand. You know, from the very first time I heard this song, I knew this album was going to be good. It just had such a good send-off. It puts you in the perfect mood to listen to the rest of Presence. But it's not just the powerful chord structures and the performances of this band. The lyrics here really explore understanding and recognizing seasons in life, and using the analogy of flights of birds as they fly south for the winter is a wonderful analogy and a useful tool to get across what Robert's trying to say here. You know, the song indicates that the narrator is recognizing a season in his life, that he needs change, and that he needs even adventure.
Right.
And this song explores all of those qualities so wonderfully. Achilles' Last Stand, number 10. Number 9, Immigrant song. Now this song, what can you say? Any song that has the lyrics, Valhalla, I am coming, has got my attention, right? But you know, it's also the song structure and how they mix the band. Now, if you remember from their first single, they didn't want to release that single, but their first single in America, there was a very powerful band sound. And Robert Plant sang above that, real fine. But with this song, he almost seems to be above the band, doesn't he? You know, the band themselves seems to be less impactful. And I think that's accomplished by bringing Robert Plant up into the mix to equal the power of the band itself. It gives it an icy feel.
Right.
See what I'm talking about? There's that symphonic thought that George Martin tried to teach the Beatles. And we can see with this song, Jimmy Page had learned that lesson in his studios before he even started Led Zeppelin. What a wonderful track. All right, so that leaves me to song number 8, and this is the one I'm gonna get a lot of disagreement with, because this song is usually on a lot of people's number 1 spot, and that is, of course, the wonderful Stairway to Heaven. Now this song, talk about chord structure, it's got it all. I know there's been some dispute as to whether Jimmy had kind of nicked this chord structure from the band's spirit. After all, they had had some connections and all of that. But as I've stated in the past, a chord sequence isn't copyrightable, okay? All kinds of songs can be made from the very same chord structure. So I'm not going to get into an argument with that. But the lyrics, oh my goodness, you can take them at face value and think of them as a story that Robert's telling you, as the band kind of reenacts the story with its dynamics played. All wonderfully done. But there's more to this song. You see, everything that's mentioned has a greater meaning, and it's a warning to all of us. We should question what we do as what we see as good, as to whether we do it just naturally, or are we thinking that we will be later compensated for those kind acts. I think this is a wonderful song. And of course, I can understand why this song would be number 1 on a lot of people's list. Okay, so that leads us to number 7, and number 7 for me, and I've already explained why I love this song. We'll go over it in a little detail, but the wonderful Misty Mountain Hop. I love the whole narration of this song. He tells a story, and as you listen to it several times, you find out, wait a minute, you know, he's talking about days and days and people that he engaged and how that connects to the woman that he loves or might love, might not, still making up his mind. But in the end, he realizes it's all bullshit and he has to escape to the Misty Mountains. And of course, any song that is Tolkien based, I'm going to give a little bit of extra credit every single time. Can't help it, folks. Led Zeppelin and Tolkien, they're synonymous to me. I almost can't separate them sometimes. But this is truly a wonderful song. The staggered rhythm, the whole band really performs with this song. What a wonderful piece of music. All right, so this leads to song number 6, off of Houses of the Holy, Over the Hills and Far Away. Now, I've covered this song in the past in quite a bit of detail, but I'll tell you, what wonderful lyrics, really. Many is a word that only leaves you guessing about the things you really ought to know. You know, there is so much just to that one line. How often do we follow gurus who write it down in their self-help books, or their belief systems and preach to us uneducated people about better ways to lead our life. Hear Robert Plant saying, no more gurus, no more rewriting the words and making them more flowery. I already know the basics, I already know what is wrong and right, and I'll choose for myself. Over the Hills and Far Away, one of my favorite
really
Led Zeppelin tracks of all time. All right, so for my number 5 spot, we go back to the second Led Zeppelin album, the song Ramble On. I love this song. 'Twas in the darkest depths of Mordor. They had me right there, of course. But you know what? The whole band is so powerful on this song. This is just such a wonderful piece of music. And you know, this song was recorded early enough in Led Zeppelin's history that it really is almost them at this point taking on more mythological images and themes in their songs. I love this song, and to tell you the truth, it's the one track from Led Zeppelin 2 that really points to the direction they would eventually achieve in Led Zeppelin 4, 2 full albums away from where they were when they recorded this powerful, powerful song. Okay, so that leads us to number 4, and this is an easy pick for me, and it is the song No Quarter. You know, from the very first listen of this song, this was the song that stood out the most for me from the album Houses of the Holy. But you know, it's not just the furtherance of the warrior class invading Icelandic lands here. It seems like it is. I mean, aren't these warriors? One sentence mentions hell, and the very next stanza mentions the dogs of doom or howling more. These are hellhounds. Surely these must be warriors with steel, brave and true. Ah, but are they? If you listen to the song very carefully, these are heralds. They have a message that must get through. They're almost like the original Pony Express here. And you know these are brave, stout hearts willing to do battle. But the message must get through before anything else. The instrumentation. John Paul Jones on this album is fabulous, and I just love this track. One of my very favorite, well, my 4th favorite Led Zeppelin track of all time. Okay, so that leads us to the top 3 songs, which is my choice for the 3rd very best Led Zeppelin song of all time, A Whole Lotta Love. Now, this isn't one of those songs that are really tricky to figure out, folks. You know, basically it's about having sex, and it is about having the very best sex you've ever had in your life. With Jimmy's guitar on this song, he paints strokes of ecstasy, doesn't he? He exudes a true climax to his sounds here. What a wonderful song. An unapologetic song. It's about what it is. This is one of Led Zeppelin's finest tracks of all time. You know, I never get tired of hearing this song, and it is on the radio all the time. I turn it up, I crank it up, or I actually choose to play it when I have my own music available. So that leads us to the number 2 song, and of course that is the magnificent Kashmir. Now, this song, first of all, as a track, this is one of Led Zeppelin's most powerful track. And the lyrics here, what an exploration. But you know, I don't want to get into this too much. What I'd like to do is start a dialogue with you guys. I'd like to hear from you guys what you guys think this song is all about. Very interesting lyrics here. And when you figure out the chordal structure, how it was put together, the orchestration of the song, it really does start to take on an almost different identity by the time you start investigating the lyrics. So I'd like to hear what you think of these lyrics. What is this song all about? Kashmir. All right, so that leads me to my number 1 song, and it's probably not a really big surprise to those of you who have seen my videos in the past, but my choice for the number 1 Led Zeppelin track of all time, The Battle of Evermore. You know, this is not only a powerful band performance, everybody shines in this song, and the lyrics are wonderful. You know, this is a whole treatise on Lord of the Rings. He's basically condensed 3 books into one song here. I love this song, and anything that has to do with Tolkien and Led Zeppelin, of course, is going to rate very high. But you know, there's an atmosphere to this song. I have specific images for many of these songs, and the images that come up in my mind are the very same images that came to my mind while reading Lord of the Rings the first time, the 5th time, the 10th time, probably the 15th time as well. What a great song. And you know what? It's off of Led Zeppelin's very best album as far as I'm concerned. So there's my list, 10 to 1. Couple of honorable mentions for you. And don't forget, I am in the middle of putting together my Presence review. I'm going to be reviewing the album Presence by Led Zeppelin, and then I'm going to follow that up with In Through the Outdoor, and then I'll tie up all of these points I've been talking about, including these songs. This all fits in to the final point here. All right, so that's the video for today. I want to thank you guys for viewing the video as always. If you see any names in front of me, of course, those are brand new subscribers. I always give them a shout out, folks. I'm always very thankful for you guys subscribing to the tribe. And you know, for those of you who haven't, it's real easy. Just hit that subscribe to the tribe button, hit that top bell notification, and you will, like these folks, be notified of all future videos. Also, I want to mention that I'm also in the middle of writing my video on the magnificent Dark Side of the Moon by Pink Floyd. That's coming up soon as well. All right, so that about covers it for tonight's video. You know, I'm Michael Noland. This is The Bottom Line, and I'll see you in the next video.
Right on. Excellent video. Really good gent. Love his approach and how he breaks things down. Right on. So, that is Michael Noland. And his YouTube channel is called The Bottom Line. And just going to his home page here, he's got 845 subscribers, and the very best of classic rock. So he does mainly reviews and no reactions, but breaking it down like a science definitely qualifies him as a really cool reviewer. So I'm definitely looking forward to checking out more of his stuff, man. And as you can see in his opening page here, his greeting page, he's got something entitled "What Made Led Zeppelin Led Zeppelin." That'd be quite interesting to check out a little later. And so his videos seems to have a lot of content focusing on the great influencers of the creative Renaissance period. Namely, I'm seeing lots of Led Zeppelin, lots of Beatles. He mentioned Pink Floyd. I'm seeing some Floyd, more Zeppelin. Is Robert Plant a good lyricist? I gotta check that out. The one rock and roll singer I can't stand, I gotta see who that is. So yeah, man, it looks like Michael has a really decent library of stuff built up. But he's not been around long with 800 subscribers. I'm guessing a couple of months. Let me scroll all the way down. Yeah, he's only been around 5 months. It looks like he's got about 60 videos so far. But looks like really decent reviews, around 10 to 20 minutes long at length, not hours long like some of mine. And he's got 2 compiled playlists, nothing in his community yet. He's got a couple of favorite channels. And let's see his about page. Description: Led Zeppelin, the Beatles, Floyd, Queen, Yes, the Police, and Steely Dan. Michael covers them and more. The next Olympian level band hint. I was just wondering aloud about that myself. And then he shows his playlists. And this is just a quick look for someone who's browsing through, wondering if they should look a little bit more in depth to his channel. Michael, a multimedia artist, singer, songwriter, musician, graphic artist, and second degree black belt in Changdo Kwan Taekwondo with the United World Taekwondo holding certified martial arts teaching degree. He has a unique perspective on the current music industry. Right on. So, very, very interesting guy. And like you said, Jeff, it looks to me like he breaks things down like a science. So, looking forward very much to checking out more of Michael's channel. I just subscribed, so that'll be really cool down the road to see what else he comes up with. So, let me ask you this question right off the top. You know I'm going to ask. What's your favorite? Well, I shouldn't say what's your favorite. What's your top 10 Led Zeppelin songs? And I know a lot of people are going to say, man, you can't ask me something like that. Well, I'm asking you. What's your top 10 Led Zeppelin songs? Try real hard. Give me a list. That'd be really interesting. And I know that everyone's top 10 is going to be completely different. For me, in Michael's top 10, my favorite Led Zeppelin song was not even in it. You know what I'm saying? So everyone's top 10 is going to be completely different. And a lot of what was on his top 10 will not be in my top 10. And I can always kind of break it down the way he has done, maybe. Probably not as good as he has done. He seems to be a real, he's got a real analytical mind and a good knack for breaking things down. But yeah, you know, everyone's top 10 is going to be completely different. So give me your list. The next thing I'm going to ask you is, how do you think that the members of Led Zeppelin back in their heyday, do you think that they had enough forward-looking insight to be able to project ahead of time and see the impact that they would make even till now? You know, here they are in their 70s and years removed from their heyday, and we're still talking about them. We've still got hundreds and hundreds of YouTube channels, social media links and groups, and all of these different things talking about the greatness of Led Zeppelin. It must be something really, really astounding in your mind if you're a member of Led Zeppelin sitting there and looking over the landscape of time and seeing everybody who's contributing to your legend, your iconography, and saying to yourself, wow, man, I'm just a musician, but it's incredible the impact that our presence on classical or classic rock and modern music has made. It's got to be a good feeling. But the question is, do you think that these guys were forward-looking enough to be able to see this outcome today, right now? How much praise and how much props they're getting? Answer that for me if you think yay or nay. So what else was I gonna say? Yeah, that's that's pretty much it, man. Go to this guy's channel and check him out, and see if you like it. It looks like he's just like only been around for a short while. Only got 846 subscribers, and you know, maybe subscribe to his channel, get him over 1,000 so he can start making a little ad revenue. That'll be really nice. Put some money in his pocket. Definitely deserving, because he's producing some really, really nice content as far as I can see there. Speaks very, very well, breaks things down very well, and good clarity. I understand what he's talking about, where he's going with things, and I understand how he's approaching his reviews. So I like his style, so I'd like to check out more of what he's got. So hopefully he will be another, as his channel will grow to be as big as Rick Beato's one day. Who knows? Anyways, man, thanks very much, Jeff. Thanks for pointing this channel out to me. It's a really, really nice gent here, and I'm gonna check out more of his stuff. If you want to see me do perhaps some more reactions to this lad's channel and his content, hit me up, and anyone can do it. Hit me up, and send me the link, and I'll make the time, okay? All right, so with that said, have a good one. Take care. Thanks again, Jeff. I appreciate the introduction, and I'll see you next time. Peace.